So this is where the magic happens. I use a special tool, which is snow. Today we're going to pump up the tires on the Ural using the truck's own central tire inflation system. As you can see, the tires on this one are quite, yes, they don't have much air in them. So we're going to pump them up today. To pump the tires using the truck's own system, we need to screw out the bolts over here, and this will then connect the air pressure in the tire to the air pressure of the system. So let's screw this one out. The problem with these ones is that they tend to get stuck real easily, and then it's very easy to break them off. But on this one, they move and we can get them out. So this is the first one. Each rim has its own bolt over here, so you can also inflate them separately. And this is what I'm screwing out on the rims. And as you can see, the tires are, yes, there's not much air in them. And to undo these bolts, I use a special tool. And this tool sits right on top of it, and then I can screw it out. And with these ones, you cannot get them out completely, so you can pretty much screw them as long as you want. But to screw them back in, there's a limit you can feel if it's tight enough. But otherwise, they will not come out. So now we have opened all the four wheels in the back. The front ones are full right now. Back in the cabin, I'm going to show you the gauges that we will be using to see if we are actually pumping any air into the system. First things first, let's start the truck. Now, after starting the truck, we have to wait until we can see that there is air in the system. The lower one over here shows how much air is in the system, and when it reaches about 4, we can start with the pumping. Now, to start with the pumping, there is a valve over here. And when we move it to the right, it starts releasing air from the system, so you deflate the tires. And if you move it left, then you will increase the tire pressure and start pumping air from the truck system into the tires. And over here, you can see what the current tire pressure is in the tires that you have opened the valves in. So currently the back tires, they don't have almost any air in them. And also in this gauge you can see the suggested tire pressures. For example, snake, which is snow, it's showing not much air pressure. And for example, in the sand, pesok, it's showing much higher tire pressures. But for the, usually, since most of the time my truck is standing, I will put in about 2 should be enough. Now we can already see that air is going into the system, and when it reaches about, I can even start pumping at 2, because 2 is what I am actually going to reach in the tires. Now we have reached 4 in the air system, which means that I'm going to start pumping the tires. I'm going to move this lever left, and after that we should see a drop in the pressure. Exactly. And now the tires are pumping up. And it moved to almost 0 because the current tire pressure is almost 0. And there you go, we have reached 2, and it took us about 15 minutes to get here. So the system works, however it's not the fastest system to pump your air. And now after we have finished pumping the tires, we will just screw back in these bolts. This will disconnect the tire from the central tire inflation system, which means that if the tire does not leak any air, it is separate now. And if, for example, this tire leaks air and the other one doesn't, then only this one this one will be the only one that gets empty because it's disconnected from the system. So this is where the magic happens. The seal has a compressor which is belt driven, and this compressor then feeds air down to the tanks which are attached to the frame, and from these tanks the air is distributed to the different wheels, and also air is used in the braking system. A fun fact about this compressor can also be dismantled and put into the garage to be used as a regular compressor to pump up tires of different cars. And this brings us to the end of today's video. If you like this video, leave a like and subscribe. And if you have any questions about the central tire inflation system of the Ural, leave your question in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.